refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Applied myself. I filled it in. No time for that doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss.
Pacers were going to make the playoffs. It didn't end so well for you, brother.
If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool.
You fell asleep at the trade deadline when we had a trade to get Kyle Lowry out of here.
They told me I couldn't do it. They told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me, keep on running toes. They gonna take
this is what we got to tell.
I've been doing this.
I felt it in. No time for that doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I pay for the cost. I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Apply myself. I felt it in. No time for that doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I'm paying the cost. I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse.
Welcome to Refuse to Lose Sports. My name is Joe Jordan. I'm excited about this episode today, y'all. Man, I'm excited because we got some great topics to talk about. We got to talk about, some football, a lot of football. We're going to sprinkle in a little basketball. We got to talk about the Pro Bowl. We all know that came out. A lot of people got snubbed. I mean, I feel like anytime you get an all-star list, Pro Bowl list, All-Pro, somebody's on this snub, right? So we got some people that were snubbed. I know Dave felt a certain way about some people, right? So I can't wait to hear what you guys say. We got to talk about the Bills and the Dolphins, y'all. I mean, they play Sunday night. Both of them going to make the playoffs. Who's more dangerous? Who's the biggest threat to the 49ers in the NFC? And Darvin Ham, should he get fired? All right, so before we do that, though, I got two of my bros with me. I got Davey Dollars. And I got my man, Mr. You Done Something So. Tomo, how y'all doing, fellas?
Man, I'm doing good, man. I told y'all off air, man. I'll save that for my last words because we're gonna uplift some people today because it may be over for the Eagles. I ain't gonna say too much. It may be over for the Lakers. I feel bad for your franchise, man.
Yeah, I don't feel bad. Sweep, bring out the brooms. Bring out the brooms. Yeah, beat the Lakers 2-0 this year. I mean, in the West, so we only play them twice, but got the sweep. Jaime Jaquez hit the nice fade over on Braun. Held Braun to 12 points last night. So, Miami doing good things. But now I'm excited about today's show. Like Joe said, I definitely got something to talk about with Pro Bowl snubs. I actually got two that I want to talk about. So make sure you continue to watch the show. And since today is Thursday, it is a really good day to talk about football, even though there is no football to watch tonight. But we still gonna turn up because we got a lot of things to talk about today. So go ahead, let's turn up, fellas.
Turn me up, 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 up.
Do you think, Jody?
He's waiting for the pass.
Exactly. All right, here we go. I'm gonna catch you. I got you, bro. But listen, y'all. Make sure y'all subscribe, right? And follow. Matter of fact, we are streaming this on 3 different platforms. First off, we're streaming this on YouTube, Facebook, and X. So make sure y'all follow on all 3 platforms. Subscribe if you haven't. Make sure you like this video on all 3 platforms if you haven't. And share it because we need y'all active in those comments. Because the comment section, we're going to show y'all some love. Y'all throw a comment down, we're going to throw it on the screen. But any super chats come through, we're going to pause everything we're doing. And then we're gonna throw this comment on the screen, and you get the floor. You get the floor. We gotta read it. I mean, as long as nothing crazy, obviously, right? But we want to stop and read your comment because we really appreciate the donations and all that.
Donations, gifts.
Oh, and that. Oh, no. I don't know why I did that. Anyway, David, you went somewhere else today? Anyway, so last but not least, enjoy the rest of your show. Rest of the show. Tomo, the floor is yours.
I don't even know where to start because y'all said, speaking of the Lakers, I think that's what they're going to do when they pass Darvin Ham them papers. But or like Usher said, he ready to sign the paper. Somebody ready to have a divorce. This split is coming. So we had green eggs and ham. Sam, I am. It's like, do you want to win in a car? Do you want to win near a far? Do you want to watch the Lakers at a bar? Or do you just wonder why the Lakers are the way they are? We don't know. Because Darvin Ham is in the press conference talking about health when your team is practically healthy. I seen Bradley Beal play his first 2 games. So you can't talk about health when you talk about the NBA, Ham. So we got to ask, man, is it time for the Lakers to move on? After falling 110 to 96 to the Miami Heat, the Lakers find themselves 17 and 18 and looking for answers. I'm not out west. I'm glad. Well, West need to go too, but we're not talking about the Wizards. But we need to know, man, should the Lakers move on for Darvin Ham? And Dave, I mean, you kind of like started this whole thing with your team blowing them out the way you did. So let us know, man.
By the way, we actually blew him out twice. So we blew him out the first time and we blew him out last night. So
well, at least Bron got his 10 points. Keep the streak alive. Well,
hey, he got his 10 points, but he was held to 12. So, you know. Well, for one, I'm gonna say this. I think it's I won't say premature, but I think it's a little wild to put him in the hot seat right now when the Lakers were just in the Western Conference Finals last year.
mm-hmm.
Are we forgetting that they were in the Western Conference Finals last year? Yeah, this is not all the exact same team, but they got injuries on their team right now. I mean, D'Lo did not suit up yesterday. But they've been talking about trading him, so that's like a scapegoat for them, I guess. Then the Gabe Vincent that they got from Miami, he's been out. He's out for a very long time. I think he's out for the rest of the season. So Gabe Vincent is another key piece that they had, and then they don't know what to do with Austin Reeves. I do think that there's a relationship issue between Darvin Ham and Austin Reeves. I do believe that's something they need to nip in the bud. Whatever needs to happen there, something needs to switch there. Because it seemed like when he was starting, things were going well. And as soon as he got moved to the bench, it's like the friction started. It reminds me, not the exact same, but it reminds me of the relationship he had with Russ. Russ, wanted to start. Then he put him on the bench. And then he started. Then you remember Russ was like, the reason why, I got hurt is because I was on the bench and I didn't know how to come off the bench at that time. So I'm not saying this is the exact same situation, but I'm just saying think about that when that happened. There was some friction between Russ and Darvin Ham. And now, as you see the bench between Austin Reeves and now they're having issues. And then I do feel like he's kind of making some excuses when it comes to them not being able to win because, yes, Miami – we were without Jimmy Butler, and we know how to win without Jimmy. But 2 of your best stars were still on the floor. You still had LeBron James. You still had AD, and AD went crazy last night. AD was by far the best player on the floor from both teams. So I'm not just saying just on the Lakers, from both teams. He was the best player on the floor on both teams. But the Lakers don't win when they haven't won. I think they were 0-4. Or something like that when he has those kind of games. And that's because no one else is really stepping up. LeBron took a backseat. I think he only took a few shots in the fourth quarter. And I'm like, what is Bron doing? Like he waited until late to be able to even attack the basket. The Lakers have this, they got to 3-point happy and they weren't really making any shots. So at that point, when you see the shots are not going there, you need to drive the ball. But I don't think that's necessarily much of a coaching issue. I just think that the team is just not playing well right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to put all this on Darvin Ham. And like I said, they were in the Western Conference Finals last year. Yeah, they got swept, but they made it all the way to the Western Conference Finals last year. So I'm not going to put this. I'm not going to put this on them. And the Lakers were a playing team, if I remember correct.
Last year, I think so.
They were a play. So what you saw last night were the 2 playing teams that made it to the conference finals. Only one made it to the finals, but they still make it to the conference finals. Like you can't take that away from them. And this is what Darvin Ham's 3rd season as the head coach. I think it's a little premature. I wouldn't say get rid of him now, but if things don't start to change, then I guess we definitely should revisit this. But right now, I'm going to say no. I don't think he should be gone.
Joe, how you feeling?
Like they said, it's too premature. I mean, should I say scapegoat? Hashtag scapegoat. But look, I'm not gonna put this on LeBron. This ain't really LeBron. I don't think LeBron's calling for Darvin Ham to get fired. It's the pressure around LeBron, you know. And LeBron can't. He's not controlling it. I mean, it's not his fault, you know. When you're a great player like LeBron James and your time is ticking, people don't know when your time is gonna be up. When Father Time might actually win this battle. When your son get drafted and you like, see ya, I'm going to a different team. We don't know when that's going to happen. So there's a lot of pressure on whatever the coach is going to be for the Los Angeles Lakers right now. Because you look back at your LeBron coaching history, right? LeBron James. There are rumors that LeBron, you know, was uncoachable at times. There's rumors that, you know, he got coaches fired, but I'm not going to say he got coaches fired. Like I said, it's a pressure around him. I remember when he came back to Cleveland, right? No, matter of fact, let's start off with Eric Spoelstra. He goes to Miami, and of the first year of a letdown he had, they wanted to fire Eric Spoelstra. And what Pat Riley say? Y'all got to figure that out. I ain't coming downstairs. You figure that out.
He said, and he told LeBron, no one comes to my office and tells me how to do my job.
Oh, he told LeBron that? That's what
Pat Riley said.
Okay, that's news from me. Oh, snap.
LeBron left him.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
I got that in my back pocket. Anyway, so he goes, right, and they went back-to-back NBA final championships. Fourth one, they lose. LeBron rolls out. But Eric Spoelstra stays. Look at him now. Arguably the best coach in the NBA. He goes to Cleveland. David Blatt goes to the finals the first year. Fired. Ty Lue goes to the finals. Win. Lose back-to-back to KD. What they do to Ty Lue? Fired. And what he doing now? He's arguably one of the best coaches in the NBA right now. And then Luke Walton, yeah, we understand Luke Walton's situation. I didn't think that was good either. So they fired Luke Walton, and Sacramento Kings picked him up. Stupid mistake. All right. And then they get your man Dougie P. Right? Not Dougie P. Dougie
V. Frank Vogel.
They won the championship the first year. And then him and Westbrook had problems. They fired him and trade Westbrook. Like, brought in Darvin Ham. So, like, it's always issues around them. Now look at the Lakers. The Lakers aren't good right now. They just not. I mean, like they said, Darvin Ham was the same coach when LeBron was hurt, on and off the court. AD was hurt, on and off the court. Still made the playoffs. Still made the Western Conference Finals. And they made all these all-season moves. Oh, the Lakers going to go back. You're like, bro, like, okay, y'all made some good moves, but don't act like y'all went and got a Bradley Beal. Sorry, you know, Tom. That's for Tom. Don't act like y'all went and got somebody crazy. You know, y'all went and got a bunch of role players. So I'm looking at their plus minus on their star lineups, y'all. Right. So they top 1, 2, 3, 4 plus minuses in their star lineup. There's one common denominator in these lineups: Christian Wood. And do Christian Wood get burned like that? Not really. So I do agree that Darvin Ham rotation sometimes don't make sense. I agree with that. But firing the man in early January, fresh off of Western Conference Finals, you got swept. I think that's too premature. They got right out the season. And then maybe go a different direction next year if they want to.
Do I think Darvin Ham should be fired? As a Wizards fan, I say no. They won 17 games. I mean, why are you trying to get rid of a coach that's still trying to figure it all out? Like you said, Joe, you were correct in everything you said. It's LeBron. Not saying it's LeBron's fault that Darvin Ham is going to get fired, but it's the fact of the media attention that's brought because of LeBron. Darvin Ham is an okay coach. His rotations ain't the best, but he finds a way to make things work. You brought up Russell Westbrook, right? Remember when he first got there, he said, it's okay. Russell play for me because we'll make some things happen. Russ didn't want to come off the bench. What happened towards the middle of that season? Russ was like, all right, for the betterment of the team, I'll come off the bench. Russ has now been traded to the Clippers. And what is Russ doing now? Still coming off the bench. His whole mindset changed. AD, last season, you came on here, Joe, you start spitting all these facts about as many touches. I think it was like 20 plus touches a game or something like that. Or when he scores over 30 points, they win. That's the formula. Again, LeBron, you're getting older, but I think with him, it comes down to the rotation of, so how is LeBron going to fit into this? Because I think if LeBron wasn't with the Lakers, he would have a better rotation. But his rotations are probably still centered around LeBron. Because it's like, what can he do to help complement the players that's on the court? They went 7-0 in the tournament season. They've been 3-2 ever since. I know Carlson, we're cracking the jokes on some jobs finished. We hung the banner, the season's over. But something happened after that tournament. What? It can't say it's coaching because they went 7-0 in a whole bracket where it was one game do or die.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think he should go. Now, if they tank the rest of the season and just continue to lose, yeah. But other than that, figure it out. Figure it out.
I think it's a focus thing as well. I don't think they're focused right now. They were, can I say this, hell bent on making sure that they win the in-season tournament. And not only that, I mean, it helped out some of their players, which is a good deal. But you hung the banner. This is the Los Angeles Lakers.
I know.
They hang banners for championships.
Thanks.
Finals championships. Not division championships, not Western Conference Finals. They hang retirement jerseys for some of their great players, and they hang NBA championship banners. Mm-hmm. This is an in-season tournament banner. Yes, it's a good thing that you were the first to do it, but you could have put this in the locker room.
Exactly.
You didn't have to put this out in the arena.
Yeah.
Like that's not what this is not what the Lakers are about. You won't see the Celtics do this. I guarantee you if the Celtics would have won this, they wouldn't have did that.
Nope.
There are teams that, okay, I could get it. If this was, let's say the Charlotte Bobcats were still a part of the league.
Or the Pacers.
Pacers.
If they would have won.
Exactly. They may have done that because they never won an NBA championship.
The Kings.
That's just what it is.
Wizards.
Yeah. And
just going
I had a little comment about the rotations thing. Doesn't every coach have a questionable rotation that they put out there sometimes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I say it all the time about Eric Spoelstra. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, why do you have 3 guards on the floor with Bam? Like, it makes no sense. But at the end of the day, you just got to be able to trust the coach.
Mm-hmm. Like Tomo said, 3 nonsense winning that tournament. They were all right in on winning that. And look at this. Just this rotation, real quick, y'all. We go. Mike Brown against the Hornets. Malik played 5 minutes in the first half. That's it. Mike Brown, y'all saw what happened next against Orlando. He dropped 37, right? Mike Brown in the press conference said, hey, I told Malik before shoot around, he come to my office. I told him I didn't coach you well yesterday. You know, like he admitted that like he didn't do his job. So like you said, every coach, you look at like, what are you doing? You know? But what's the end result? Western Conference Finals and see the tournament champions. I mean, I guess it didn't mean that. Like, if y'all gonna raise a banner, it gotta mean something. So you wouldn't have fired a guy who you raised a banner for literally like 2 weeks ago.
Exactly. So yeah, I think it's just the media hype that comes with having LeBron James as a player. Because again, honest. Oh, one more thing before we move on. I think if he does get fired, listen to what you said about Ty Lue. His career went to the next level.
Yeah.
Now he's considered one of the best coaches. So Darvin, hey, if you want to come to the I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just saying, man.
He's a leader of men. I'll give him that.
It's the Brown effect.
Yeah. What you said about Westbrook was facts.
Yeah. But I mean, we going from one person who should be fired to, well, should or should not be fired. But now we got to talk about some teams who got their offensive coordinator fired, but now they're playing better. But then their other offensive coordinators on Hard Knocks becoming a superstar. The AFC, this one hurt me more than it's gonna hurt y'all because I said the Bills wasn't making the playoffs, and they right here fighting for a playoff spot.
He was on track too.
Man, as soon as they fired the offensive coordinator, their stock just rose. I'm like, FJA, we gotta have a meeting. But like I said, while the Dolphins are looking for a win after leaving Baltimore with only 19 points in their back pocket, the Bills are coming off a dogfight with Bailey Zappi with the 27-21 victory. And we got to say, who do you all think would be the bigger threat when the playoffs start if the Bills make the playoffs, Joe?
I'm going with the Bills. All right, so we all know my bro J-Mo. He's a Dolphins fan. I root for the Dolphins because of him. I want to see him do good. When the Bills and Dolphins play Sunday, I'm rooting for the Dolphins. But I think the Bills are more dangerous for multiple reasons. Number one, let's start with the quarterback. All right. Even though Josh Allen hasn't been the Josh Allen we're used to seeing, well, Tommy will say he has been the guy he used to seeing.
I'm glad you said that.
But the dynamic one, the one that's creating plays, getting like 3 touchdowns a game, throwing over 300 yards, maybe throw a little pick in there, but he got at least 300 yards, 2 or 3 touchdowns passing through the air. We not haven't seen that, but we know he's capable of extending plays and making kind of magic himself. There are only a few quarterbacks in the league who could actually do that, and he's one of them. Tua is not that. Now, I will get Tua credit. Lately, he has been extending plays, which I'm surprised about because we talked about before the season, especially Tomo, his injury. Like, we know that he's trying to be protected. But lately, he's been moving out the pocket and creating plays. So, but Josh Allen, check, right? He wins that battle when it comes to being more dangerous. Let's talk about the team as a whole, the offense in the trenches. Miami is hurt right now in the trenches, y'all.
Yeah.
I mean, they hurt they got like 3 offensive line missing, right? But they also got another 2 that's in rotation that's hurt. And then on the defensive line, they're hurt. They just Bradley Chubb is out for the year now. So they got some injuries they're dealing with. The Bills already had their injuries, and we already seen the adaptation they already made throughout the season with those injuries. So the Bills are more adapted with their injuries than the Dolphins are. So that's check number 2. Number 3, the Dolphins, man, I'm sorry, against good teams, they haven't been good. I mean, I look at their wins for the year. Chargers, are they a good team? No, not really. They won by 2. All right, they won by 2 points. Oh, great, they beat the Chargers by 2. But look back, like, they didn't win not. Well, John might have something else to say. The Cowboys won a close game against them, but it beat the Patriots. Beat the Broncos.
I wish we won, but we lost. You said the Cowboys won.
No, the Chargers, y'all won.
Y'all beat the Chargers.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Chargers. I thought you were talking about the Dolphins.
Dolphins, yeah, I'm talking about the Chargers.
Tell them more. You're done. Go ahead.
And the Patriots, the Broncos, the Giants, the Panthers, the Patriots, the Raiders, the Jets, the Commanders, the Jets, and then the Cowboys. Sorry, man. I mean, that's the only winning team they beat all year was the Cowboys. So, and that's sad for y'all, Tomo. Y'all the only winning team.
I know. That's why I said that's crazy.
That's crazy. But the team they lost to, the Bills, by 28, the Eagles by 14, the Chiefs, who were struggling, by 7, and by Baltimore, put up 56 on these boys. So, and the Bills, do y'all know every game they lost this year was about 6 points or less? That's crazy. They never got blown. Look, they lost to the Jets by 6, lost to the Jags by 5, to the Patriots by 4, to the Bengals by 6, to the Broncos by 2, and to the Eagles by 3 in overtime. So the Bills, I would say they're more dangerous in the playoffs than the Miami Dolphins.
I like what you said there, Joe. And I have to agree with you. But I also got to say that the Dolphins could be dangerous if they get there too. Like, you got to look at it like this. They haven't beaten a good team. And I can't sit on here as a Cowboy fan and defend the Cowboys and say they probably can go on the road and win a playoff game. And then look at the Dolphins and say, nah, they don't stand a chance against nobody. Because technically they do. The injuries have come out of nowhere, which sucks for them on the defensive end. But they got their cornerbacks back. It seems like, I know. It's going to be tough, Carl. But it seems like once the secondary got better, the pass rush started getting injured. The balance is just never there with the Dolphins. The one game they had the balance was against the Broncos, and they should have kicked the field goal. And they would have broke a record. They go out to London, they play the Chiefs, and then it doesn't look good. But another reason why I say the Dolphins are more of a threat is because of that mystery. You don't know what team you're going to get. With the Bills, you know you're going to either get Josh Allen throwing fast, and you might get a couple picks, or they're going to hand the ball off to the running back. With the Dolphins, you don't know who's going to show up. Are they going to run the ball? They can do that. Are they going to pass the ball? They can do that. Is the defense going to make some stops? They can do that. But are they going to actually show up and put one complete game together? You don't know. So because of that mystery factor, I say they're more of a bigger threat because you don't know what to prepare for. And Tyreek, he had a situation with his house. I'm glad everybody came out safe. And you seen the boot that was on his foot, but I think he just wore the boot to throw people off because he still got a shot. And I trust Tua more than I trust Josh Allen right about now.
I'm not mad at that though.
I'm not mad about the trust factor either. I don't think anyone should trust Josh Allen when it comes to turning the ball over at all.
I mean, we
Tua
can trust
ain't
him to
been so
do
good
it.
either lately. So
We could trust him to turn it over, but we can't trust him to not turn it over. That's what I'm saying. So I look at it this way. This is the playoffs. So every team in the playoffs are a winning team. Who are they going to fear the most? They're going to fear somebody that can beat a winning team. And that's just the fact. That's just the facts right now. The Dolphins are not able to beat a winning team. Yes, they beat the Cowboys, but that's because they were at home and the Cowboys were on the road. It would have been different probably if the Cowboys were at home. We know the Cowboys are a different team at home than they are on the road. Also, as you just said, Joe, the Bills have not gotten blown out. There's another factor in this. The Bills are using their running backs. Having to be able to use James Cook now, which means now you have a dual threat. I think the only issue is if Stephon Diggs is going to show up. I think that's the only other issue for the Bills because he has not been the Stephon Diggs that we know early in the season. Early in the season, he was balling. But now you might need to put a BPA out for him because we don't know where he at. But Josh Allen does turn the ball over a lot, but he also scores. So one thing we know he's going to do, he's going to make plays. Tua's going to make plays. He still has Tyreek. Jalen Waddle more than likely is going to be saved for the playoffs. So he's going to have Jalen Waddle and Raheem Mostert. But it's that front line. Teams are going to be able to get to Tua because that front line is not healthy.
I know. Josh
Allen, even when he gets hit, he's going to get right back up and play in the game. That's just the thing. Josh Allen don't miss too many games.
Nah.
He's a physical quarterback. He's going to run the ball. He's going to run at you. He's more likely he's not going to run. It's not too many times you actually see him run out of bounds. He's really trying to run somebody over.
Kind of like a running back.
Yeah, just about.
That's how he looked these last few weeks, running back.
Facts. I mean, he only had like 90-something yards against the Cowboys or something like that when he played y'all.
Yeah, he ain't have to do nothing.
Yeah, like he said, he was just one of the kids that had to show up and get an A. He ain't even have to do much, and that's what's scary about the Bills. Josh Allen don't need to do much, and they can still win the game.
Good point.
So that's where I was getting to it. Like Josh Allen don't have to be Josh. He don't have to be the Josh Allen that Dan Orlovsky thinks can be an MVP. I think he's tripping, but that he don't have to be that Josh Allen. He could be the Josh Allen that played in the Cowboys game and they could still win.
Somebody send him your dunk on video. Right, go ahead. All right.
Please do. It's the Bills for me. It's the Bills. But not saying the Dolphins don't have a chance, but for me, from what I've seen from this year and last year, if you put both years together, I'm going with the Bills.
No, I do think the Dolphins are Super Bowl contenders, though. I'm not going. I don't think none of us saying that they're not.
Yeah.
But real quick, look at the playoff picture. Right now, these are the teams I would say will rather see the Bills. All right, Houston Texans, Colts, and the Jags. I think everybody else rather see Miami. I think Pittsburgh would rather see Miami, physical team. I think the Browns would rather see
in Miami.
Man, I think if the Browns play Miami,
I'm telling you, the Browns are not scared to go on Miami.
I'm talking about Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh, a physical team, man.
It's a physical team. That's the AFC North. I'm telling you.
Like the Bills, Bills are much more of a physical team than Miami is. And so I think you might be right. Pittsburgh might be good with the Bills, though. Yeah, I would say that because they can't score like that. And Miami can put up points.
Yeah.
But teams like the Ravens, I think the Ravens would rather see Miami. And I think the Chiefs would rather see Miami.
We know that.
We already know the Ravens
we
will
saw
want to see
56-19.
Miami.
I'm pretty sure they're not worried about that.
The Bills play the Chiefs hard every time they play, you know. So I would say the Miami Dolphins, they would rather see them. But yeah, so the top heavy teams would rather see the Bills. I'm sorry, the Dolphins. The bottom teams would rather see the Bills.
If I'm the Chiefs, I would want to see the Bills right about now. I mean, if I'm the Bills, I would want to see the Chiefs right about now.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
You
If I'm them, because
like
I finally can get over that hurdle. They can finally get over that hurdle.
Facts. This is one of them years you gotta take advantage of. You want to be Mahomes, right?
That's facts.
Yeah.
Hey, Carl, you should check the college football chat. I already posted that, sir.
Yeah, Link Miami a more finesse team. I agree. That's why I said the physical teams want to play Miami.
Mm-hmm.
But Miami ain't sweet because last year they rolled up to Buffalo with Skylar Thompson, and they should have won. For them dumb penalties. And
wait, was that Skylar Thompson or Mike White? I thought that was Mike White.
No. Mike White got hurt. Skylar Thompson was the third string.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And he started from start to finish.
And he's dropping buckets on Josh Allen and them.
Yeah, he was balling.
I was turning the ball over like crazy.
Man, in the playoffs, look at that.
Put a smile on your face.
It sure did. Here we go. Nah. But if we're going to a commercial break or we going straight through? We can go to a commercial break. All right, man. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. We'll be right back. We're going to talk about some Pro Bowl snubs. And we got to talk about who the biggest threat to the 49ers. Is it the... We'll let y'all know after this commercial break, man. Hit that like button.
It's not them.
We'll be right back.
Yo, my name is Lambo Anlo.
This is Dimitri.
This is Ed Hahn.
My name is Daryl Julian, and this is
Refuse to Lose Sports.
Refuse to Lose Sports.
Refuse to Lose Sports.
Mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it. They told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me, keep on running toes. They gon' take them. Refuse to lose, built to win. Apply myself, I felt it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out. I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost. I'm winning to win, yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Apply myself, I felt it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out. I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost. I'm in it to win, yeah. Refuse.
And we back. We got some important stuff to talk about. You know, I think this second half of the episode is dedicated to Dave. You know, because I know he's gonna have a lot to say about this next topic. You know, the Pro Bowl votes came out. If you was on X, you should have voted for your favorite player. Maybe they would have got in. You know, some people got overlooked. But again, it went back to 2001. And, you know, at the club, when they said business attire only, some people started showing up with their jersey and they said, hey, you can't get in. And then they watched some other folks walk around and like, but they ain't better than me. Voters said, yeah, we got to talk about the biggest Pro Bowl snub. We saved this moment just for you, Dave. Who you think got snubbed, man? Who deserved to actually be at that Pro Bowl? You on mute. You on mute.
You crazy. You bring the whole list.
Man, he started going.
As I said before, I actually have two people that I want to talk about. One is on the 49ers, but one is not.
You about to take my person, watch.
I don't think so, Joe. I don't think
can you do your 49ers one and then circle back to your second one?
Okay, I'll do my team first. Brandon Ayuk. I think that's pretty obvious. He has 73 catches right now, 7 touchdowns, and over 1,300 yards. He's averaging 18.3 yards per catch. That's leads the league in the NFL. He has the highest percentage right now with attempts to catches. He leads the league in that, and I think he's second in. I forgot he's second in something else, but Brandon Ayuk should have definitely been in the Pro Bowl. Debo got it over him, but Debo only has 1,000 yards total.
No, Debo ain't make it. Yeah, he ain't make it.
No, Debo's a reserve, I believe. I think they voted him as a reserve, but Brandon Ayuk should have been on that list. He's top 10 in receiving yards right now, and I think I've been saying this since last year. He's the best pure wide receiver we have on the team.
Mm-hmm.
He's been balling out all year long. I think he should have been a Pro Bowl starter. He's been our best receiver this year. He's been Brock Purdy's favorite target. Whenever he has a great game, more than likely Brandon Ayuk has been the best receiver. Other than the two games that we know Debo had great games in against the Eagles. And, everybody has good games against the Eagles, though. So, if you want to have a good game as a receiver, just go ahead and, circle the Eagles on your schedule. But Brandon Ayuk, to me, should have definitely been a Pro Bowl starter. I don't believe he should have been an alternate. I think he should have definitely been in there. And he just – there's no way that you put up that kind of production and you lead the league in yards per catch and you're not in it. It just doesn't make sense to me. But that's fine. That's fine. Like Carl said, we got 9 players in, so I'm not too upset. But Brandon Ayuk should have been one of those 9 players to me.
Dave, that was going to be my person too, because I looked at the roster. I was like, Puka went off. Like, Puka had a good season, but to have Puka over Brandon Ayuk, and another reason why Brandon Ayuk kind of stood out to me is we was backstage having a conversation, and Dave was like, "You got 1,300 yards." It's like, yeah, you ain't seen your man out there balling all season. I was like, you to know that for him to have a quiet 1,300 is kind of like Mike Evans being 1,000-yard receiver every season, and nobody really acknowledging it. Like it's a humble brag. So for me, I go with that. I don't know what goes into the Pro Bowl voting outside of the actual fan part, but they got to do a better job at this one, because if Brandon Ayuk not there, then at least Debo. Like I said, Puka's having a great season, but again, a Pro Bowl vote kind of should look at it like with this person on the field, they make things happen. And if Debo's there, he's making things happen. Brandon Ayuk made some things happen. Ask the Commander safeties, he make things happen. Go ahead, Joe.
I'm a defend Puka though. Puka made things happen for the Rams too. I don't like the Rams. I can't stand them, but he's been balling out this year. So I ain't too mad that Puka's in there.
All I'm gonna say is K probably not watching, but Jay-Z made the blueprint, and then he also dropped Blueprint 2.0.
All right. So I disagree with both of y'all. I don't think Brandon Ayuk should have made it. I don't think he should have made it. Okay, CeeDee Lamb, we know CeeDee Lamb deserves it over him. AJ Brown deserves it over him. Even though the last few 6 games, AJ Brown been playing like a secondary receiver. But Mike Evans, no, leading the league in touchdowns. All right. And he also dragging the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to that division title, even though they sorry as far as that thing. But Puka Nacua, he having a great year. Now he is getting way more targets because Brandon Ayuk been a lot more of a deep threat this year than anybody else. All right, so I will give him that. Kind of AJ Brown is from last year, but AJ Brown had 1,500 yards. Oh, my bad, Mark. 1,499, something like that, right? 1,499, 1,500 club. My bad, Mark. So, but you look at Puka numbers. Puka got more passing yards. He got more. Well, Brandon got 2 more passing TDs, but he got over 100 more yards than him. And the yak yards, he's killing. And then the yak yards is really good for a receiver because they're creating all the stuff. He almost got 700 yak yards. And Brandon Ayuk is like 300 something, if I'm not mistaken. All right. But yeah, I don't think Brandon Ayuk should have made it. This who should have made it. You picked the wrong round to kick out the door. Matthew Stafford. over Jared Goff. Jared Goff should have won that, y'all. It's what my man AJ say, Matthew Stafford. It's the name. It's the name, man. Like, you look at the numbers. First of all, the Lions, better record. Let's start there. The Lions, division winners. The Lions, the third seed. The Rams in the wild card. Y'all in the wild card. Y'all ain't even in the club right now. Also, Jared Goff, more passing yards, 4,200 passing yards. Matthew Stafford, 3,900. Jared Goff, more TDs, 28 TDs. Matthew Stafford, 24. Jared Goff, 12 interceptions. Matthew Stafford got that 11. I think what got Matthew Stafford over him is the QBR. That's it. He had a higher QBR than him. But passing yards and TDs, he's beating Matthew Stafford. And it's not like he's been about 1, he's been about 4. Like, he got a good margin with there. So I think everybody is hyped because of the run the Rams are making right now. They are making a run. I mean, Matthew Stafford was part of the problem too, right? Early on. I mean, he's digging them out. I'll give you that. But he was also part of the problem. So I would say Matthew Stafford shouldn't have made the Pro Bowl. It should have been Jared Goff instead.
But who throwing Puka the ball?
Matthew Stafford.
That don't mean just because he's throwing the ball, he automatically should get in there.
Hey, that's
actually hope Jared Goff. But Amari St. Brown, what? Ain't he ever? Come on. Amari St. Brown, he right there with the
I was talking about Pro Bowl.
He top 5. He top 5 in yards, ain't he?
Yeah, he top 5. He's 5th.
Oh no, I was talking about the Pro Bowl team. But not when the votes came out, like you said, the run. When the votes came out, that's when the Rams started playing better. So Puka was already playing. Puka was playing good when they weren't actually winning games, so he was standing out. However, when the votes started coming out, that's when Matt Stafford raised his game. So it was like, well, he's throwing him the ball, and as Matt Stafford was on the rise, that's when the Lions were kind of like having that bumpy road. Remember, you had the Ravens game, Bears. Then the Bears, then the Packers. Like, it was so many games where you're just like, all right, is he really a Pro Bowler? Numbers say it, but they was watching it on the field. He wasn't looking that good.
Jared Goff was actually in the MVP conversation, like in the middle of the season. Like, people actually was talking about he could probably win. Matt Stafford ain't never been in the conversation. Now people try to throw him in there at the end. Remember they tried to throw him in there like last week. I think y'all talk about that, right? Yeah, they tried to throw him in there last week. Y'all like, hey, I mean, it's kind of a little too late to be talking about this right now.
Yeah, definitely too late. But no, Joe, that wasn't my second person.
Okay, cool.
I agree with that, but that wasn't my second person.
Ooh, that's getting real. Who you got there?
My second person is the Browns cornerback, Martin Emerson Jr.
Yeah.
He's been a shutdown corner all year long.
He has.
He has a league low 47.8 pass rating allowed. Yeah. The next best is his teammate, Denzel Ward, with 53.9.
And Ramsey missed half the season.
He got 4 picks in the year. I think that's tied for 4th or something like that. And he got 15 passes deflected. Martin Emerson Jr. definitely should be a Pro Bowler. This he's been leading. He's been one of the leaders on this Browns defense, who Tay calls the best defense ever. I think that's still false. But this is one of the best defense. For a while, they were the best defense in the league. And he's been the best corner on the best defense in the league at one point in time. So I believe he got snubbed. I believe Martin Emerson Jr. should have definitely been in the Pro Bowl.
Who you taking out?
Ramsey.
You said who?
Ramsey.
No, Ramsey. No, Ramsey
probably. It's between. I mean, these 3 can go. You could rotate the 3. Ramsey missed most of the season. Sauce Gardner.
Sauce Gardner is not having.
I'm keeping that. I'm keeping it Sauce, but Ramsey might have to go.
Ramsey just got here. Bro, you just got here.
Got nothing to do with that.
You missed most of the season.
That's what I'm saying. That's why he can go.
Yeah.
Gotta go. Gotta go.
Yeah, Ramsey just got here, bro. I'm sorry. Like,
Martin Emerson should take his spot easily. I'm sorry. And that's not to say that Ramsey ain't been balling since he got back from injury. But Martin Emerson been doing this all season long.
And on top of that, the Browns defense as a whole. That's what I'm saying. That matters like crazy. Like, not just your individuals, like how good is your impact is on like how your whole defense look.
They lead
giving about 30 points.
I think like the first 10 weeks, the first 10 to 11 weeks of the season, they led the league in yards per game allowed, rushing yards per game allowed and passing yards per game allowed. They were number one in yards across the board. The only thing they didn't lead in was points. So that's where San Francisco and the Rams came, and San Francisco and the Ravens came in that. We pretty much ran that, but Emerson should have been in there, man.
Well,
How many games did Jim Ramsey played? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you're gonna finish the season playing 10 games. So you're gonna miss 7 games.
And you put him over Emerson Jr.? Nah, I'm sorry. Martin Emerson should be in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, don't get me wrong. Ramsey been balling since he's been back.
He has.
He only played 9 games though. That's my thing, right? Come on, man.
It's
Man
the
can't
match
have
for
a
MVP.
race and made it.
Yeah. Well, I will say this though. Everyone kept crying about Josh Allen getting snubbed. Josh Allen actually did make the Pro Bowl. The real Josh Allen, the linebacker. Like,
He had an argument to start also.
which Josh Allen?
The other one, the defense.
Oh, okay.
He had a good year. Dude, he's having a good year.
Hurt my heart.
No. Yeah. I saw a post that he got snubbed. I'm like, what? How you get snubbed? And they said, my bad, Tom. It was a post that said it was ESPN. I think they had a post about
Dan Orlovsky.
who was snubbed or who they should replace. They said Josh Allen got snubbed and he should have replaced Tua.
What?
I'm like, what? Him with the Westbrook. What?
Now you see why. Now you understand why FJA exists. This is why. We passing out memberships all off season. That's all I'm saying, man.
No, I ain't a member. I got nothing against Josh Allen.
Okay. We're gonna see, man, after this season. But
I'm in the NFC.
we about to shake the table here a little bit. Hold on. About to shake it up a little bit, man, because I'm ready to see Dave. Dave been talking his stuff all season. So I know this topic here gonna get my man riled up just a little bit because he already know what he gonna say. Ain't nobody can see us, but we gotta ask, who in the NFC is the biggest threat to the 49ers? Gotta take a moment of silence right quick because they've been whipping up on people. Hold on. Joe, who you think is
okay, go on first.
He already made his statement, so I know where he's gonna go.
Oh yeah, I did. Shout out to AJ on timeout. All right, make sure y'all go subscribe.
Mm-hmm.
The Rams. So I just killed Matthew Stafford, right? But the Rams, though. All right, the Rams, they could beat them. No, okay. Let me say this. I don't think nobody's gonna beat them. All right, let me put that out there. We are picking who's all right now. You can probably look at it 2 different ways: who's the biggest threat, or who can actually beat them, right? Because that's what threat kind of means, that they gotta get beaten, right? So I would say, right? Hold on. If we get in, come on, man. Come on, brother Jacob, bro. I mean, guys, come on, man. The Vikings. Come on.
He's saying that because they got a win against us earlier this year when we were not healthy, but we're healthy now. See us now. And
they had Kirk Cousins too. So
exactly. You don't have Kirk Cousins anymore.
And they had a catch on the helmet. I mean,
you got Josh Dobbs and who's the other quarterback that's starting right now?
Mullins. You know about him.
Who used to play for us. You really think he's gonna be able to beat Shanahan? Come on now.
Told you we're gonna get Dave riled up to comment.
All right. So I'm gonna say the Rams. Now the Rams, number one, they are you look at the Ravens run, who played them the toughest? It's been the Rams. It took them to OT. They arguably could have won that game, but Lamar Jackson heroics showed up. And then the first time y'all played them, the score looked different, but Tomo remember that game? The Rams were right there the whole game with all the injuries they had at the moment, and the 49ers were flying high. They were beating teams they were scoring 30 on everybody at that time. 30. You get it 30. You get it 30. And they were there. And then, the receiver, not defense, tipped the pass and interception. And then it just changed the whole game after that. All right. So the Rams also, Kyron Williams has been a godsend for these dudes, man. All right. I mean, the man missed like 4 or 5 games, and he a Pro Bowler. I mean, he made a Pro Bowl. He won the top rushes. He's leading the league in yards per carry. So he's been great for them since starting. And the Rams can score. Now, the thing I'm worrying about with the Rams is their defense. Their defense is so night and day. They iffy. And y'all not only y'all good defense, y'all great offense too. So y'all probably a better offense and defense when y'all clicking, to be honest with you. So I would say the Rams will be our toughest spot, and lastly, because this is in a division opponent. So the Rams.
Man, my man came back just in time. That's crazy. Man. So I sat up here and I was like, what's Joe doing, man? Why is he starting this nonsense, man? You know, I watched, shout out to AJ, you know, full time out. I watched the episode and I said, I was in the comments going crazy when he was like, who's a bigger threat? And you said the Rams. And I was like, the Niners 9-0 against them. I was like, they got that one playoff win, but the Niners kind of own them. So technically, are they really a threat? They can rough them up a little bit, but the 49ers still throw them out the club. You're like, whew, what Pinky say? Almost scared me, man. Messed up my suit. That's how they feel with the Rams. But then I said the Lions, because I was sitting in the comments. I was like, what about the Lions? They, you know, house money. They play physical. They don't really have nothing to lose. They one of them teams that'll get to Levi Stadium and be like, you know what? We're not kicking no punts. We just gonna try anything. It might throw them for a loop and they could steal one. That's a threat. But then I thought about the turnovers. I was like, Dave, you were right. When Dave went back and said, nah, but if you turn the ball over, they're gonna lose. I said, you got a point there too. And then I sat back and was like, there's one team that they always seem to play in the playoffs, but people keep saying they dominate them in the playoffs. And I was like, what do you mean by dominate? So I said, the one team that can cause the threat to the 49ers is the one team that they always seem to find a way to beat. The Cowboys.
Oh, what?
No, get out of here, Stafford. You're done. It's the Cowboys.
Here we go.
And I gotta have a little bit of fandom for a moment because everyone keeps saying dominate. I said the last time the 49ers dominated the Cowboys was 42-10. And how did that happen? Dak threw 3 interceptions. We go back to that last playoff game where the score was what, 12-19. They weren't really running up the score like they was all season. It was a tough physical game. But if Dak wouldn't have thrown the 2 interceptions, the game might have looked different. Then you go back to the game where they was in Dallas. Now that was one game where you could say it was a back and forth. They may have dominated a little bit. They still had Jimmy G. So like I wish I had Jimmy G now because that's a better matchup than Purdy because Purdy can take care of the ball. But again,
I'm glad Jimmy G's gone.
Man, I know you happy. I know the Raiders are happy.
The Ravens are happy. The Ravens were happy too. It was about taking care of the ball.
But Dak threw 1 interception, and then there was a fumble, and then there was that late game debacle where they couldn't figure out how to get the ball down the field and then stop the clock. Even though they would have threw the ball, probably wouldn't have scored. It is what it is. But these two teams match up perfectly. One is more of a physical team, and one is more of a finesse team. But when you think about it across the board, they both got wide receivers. Well, when it comes to the running game, I'm going to edge that out because CMC is definitely better than what we got right now. But when it comes to defense, they both come prepared to play. So when you say a bigger threat, it's the Cowboys. I know it's going to be some Eagle fans that say, man, you tripping, but go back and watch our season and then talk about what you think the Cowboys could do. Because outside of those 3 interceptions, I think that game should have been closer than what it was.
I'm going to let that go in. I got it.
Now, I know you expect me to say that nobody can see us, but that's not what I'm going to say. Tomo, you're right.
Oh,
you're right. Because you can look at the last game and the game we played in week 5 and when we dominated 42-10. Now it was in Santa Clara, which is where it's going to be again.
Yep.
If that happens again. So I feel confident that we'll be able to win. But it's the playoffs. Playoffs is a totally different environment. And the last time Purdy played the Cowboys in the playoffs was last season, and he did not have a good game. That was the one game he had last year where it sort of showed that he was a rookie. If you look at any other game other than the Eagles game last year when he got hurt, I mean, I guess that doesn't count. But the Cowboys game and the playoffs last year is what showed that, you know, if you get to Purdy, you can rattle him a little bit. And the Cowboys were able to do it that time. Now, the only thing where I think is different now is Mike McGlinchey is no longer on this offensive line. So I'm not worried about that happening again. Trent Williams is healthy, and Colt McKivitz has has played a lot better than what Mike McGlinchey did when Mike McGlinchey was on his offensive line. Kittle is healthy. Debo's healthy. BA is healthy. And BA has actually shown up a lot more now than he did last season. Not only do we have CMC, but Elijah Mitchell is healthy now. So I don't believe that we lose, but I think if there's a team that can play us close and make it seem as if they can beat us, I do believe that is the Cowboys. The Lions, the reason why I'm not going to say the Lions is because I look at what the Ravens did to them, and we play physical ball just like the Ravens. Now, the Lions can play physical, yes. I'm not saying that they can't. But when we play physical, there's almost nothing you can really do with us. And the Lions won't be able to do anything with us if we play physical against them. They're not going to be able to run the ball because we are top 5 in rushing. We have been all season long. They're not going to be able to run the ball on us. So Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery are not going to be able to do what they want to do. Now, you can throw the ball a little bit. We are, 14th in passing right now, so you can throw the ball on us. I don't think I've ever said that no one can throw the ball on us. That's been a chink in our armor for the last few seasons. I've said that multiple times, that the back end is not what it needs to be. We have a number 1 corner in Charvarius Ward who's in the Pro Bowl this year, but we've seen at times he can get burnt. Deommodore Lenoir has also played well this year. We've seen him get burnt. All the other cornerbacks, and then Jair Brown is a rookie. Talanoa Hufanga is out for the rest of the season. But the Lions, I just don't think that they have everything they need, and they're going to make mistakes because of their head coach. The fact that he will go for them 4th down is what's going to hurt them, because we're going to be prepared for that. There's been too many times where we've seen that this year where we're just not going to allow that to happen in the playoffs when we're too focused on getting to the Super Bowl. So I don't see the Lions being that team that causes a threat. And the Rams do play as well. I'm not going to lie about that. The Rams do play as well, but if I'm choosing between the two, I'm going to say the Cowboys.
You know what? I'm not mad at the Cowboys pick because I see where y'all going with this, and the Cowboys, Dak Prescott has been taking care of the ball a lot more this year. The 49ers feast all turnovers. They are second in interceptions in the league right now. I think
21 on the year.
4th in total turnovers, something like that. So, and that's what happened. The score was 21-7, and it was in reach, and then interception, touchdown. So like
interception.
It got crazy, got out of hand, but I think I feel like y'all are gonna I got y'all winning. Let's say that. I got y'all going to not winning the whole thing, but going to the Super Bowl. I picked y'all in the NFC to win to go to the Super Bowl. So I think you're gonna cause any of these teams in your home field, you're not gonna have any issues, But the Rams, though, the fact that it's that division aspect of it. Now the good thing is y'all resting players week 18, right?
Yeah, both teams are.
Yeah, so it's not like
it's not all players. I think Brock Purdy's not playing, CMC's not playing, but Debo, BA, Kittle, they're playing.
Debo need to chill, bro. Debo, let's say this one out, man.
If y'all go look at the video, if y'all look at the video I shared in the NFL and the VIP chat, you'll see why that those players aren't sitting. It's not that we need them to, it's because we can't. There's a reason why we can't sit.
Oh, I'm about to say what Tomo said. I'm incentives. I ain't mad at it. If you gotta make it
but there's another reason why. It's not just because of that.
So yeah, but I'm not mad at the Cowboys pick. They're a better team than the Rams. So we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, and I want to thank the 49ers because after they put that hurting on us, we became a whole nother team after that. Like, I'll see if we could have went down.
Could have won. I mean, you still can't. You still haven't really beaten a team on the road. I don't see how it changed.
Don't get too happy now.
They were just bad. We beat the Panthers. I ain't say they was good teams, but we beat some teams on the road.
I said good teams. I didn't say a team. I said good team.
Well, look, week 1, the Giants were supposed to be world beaters, and we see what
where are they now?
They some bottom feeders. Man.
Exactly.
I don't know, man. We got one more good team we got to beat on the road this weekend.
Okay, Debo has 129 more receiving yards. They hit 1,000.
He missed some games, right?
Yeah.
He missed. I think he missed 1 or 2 games.
129 yards away from hitting 1,000. He got hurt in the game. And he missed one.
Yeah, he missed 2 games. He was out. He got out. He was hurt in the first quarter against the Browns, and he missed 2 games after that.
Okay. Oh, so you should be.
The only team in the NFL beat the Ravens and the 49ers.
We'd say that. Say about to pop up somewhere.
Yeah, he gonna pop up in the chat. That's about it.
The third time, man, I can see it, Link. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah.
Get some contacts, Link. Get some contacts and get some glasses. You'll be able to see a lot better.
If the Cowboys beat the 49ers, y'all know that means they walk into the Super Bowl, right? That's an NFC Championship game, Tomo.
I'll tell you this. Look, if the Cowboys and the 49ers make it to the NFC Championship game and the Cowboys somehow, some way win that game, they win in the Super Bowl. Because that game right there is the Super Bowl. It's either they gonna win the Super Bowl or they getting stomped out.
It's the Ravens. They're gonna have to take the Super Bowl, so I don't think so.
I'm gonna tell you like this, man. Hey, the Wellness Center is in Baltimore. But if we get to the Super Bowl,
Link, come on, bro. Come on, man.
Nah. I gotta see it.
I'm not taking that. I'm not taking that, Link. Look at records, but the Panthers ranked 4th in secondary. I don't care about no secondary.
Okay,
this team sucks.
Link is right. But what did the offense do against the Panthers? That was a defensive affair. Wasn't it, Tomo?
Yeah. It started off that way, yeah. And then they kind of turned up a little bit. I mean, it started with the Panthers, then the Commanders, then
worst defense.
Yeah. Like I'm talking about as far as playing tough teams. Like y'all game started tough and then it ended.
And y'all broke a streak. Teams that lose to 49ers don't win. Next game. Yeah, bro.
Hey, you want to know something? We broke the streak, and then when they went and beat the Eagles, they lost 5 straight. Like, I don't understand.
Yeah, it's too much. It felt like 5 straight.
Man.
They almost lost to the Giants. They should have lost.
Whew.
Yeah, no, it would have been over. It's over after the Cardinals, but if they'd have lost to that Giants team right after losing to Seattle, yeah.
If they lose to the Giants, y'all, oh my God.
Well, they resting players, so that's gonna be
I don't care.
Nah, they didn't say that they were resting players.
Oh, they didn't?
He said everything's on the table.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's what Nick Sirianni said.
Because the job on the table, they better win. They're talking about firing people because of the season. I'm like, y'all got 11 wins.
This is what his 3rd season as the head coach, and they talking about firing him.
I know.
Man, just went to the Super Bowl.
I know, right? I know.
They did it to Doug Peterson, man. They known for this.
Man, hey, remember Dougie? Oh, y'all gonna fire me? Hey, Hurst, take your helmet off. Hey, cuz, I forgot your name. You come in the game.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna help the Commanders get to the playoffs.
Man, I'm still mad to this day. To this day, all they had to do is beat the Giants, man.
He was like, "Oh yeah,
I can't believe he did that."
He was like, "Y'all about to fire me? Bet, I'm out."
Bro, I told Blazers, and Blaze wouldn't believe in her. I'm like, bro, Hurst is a playmaker. Like he scares me. Like when he was on the field, so when they took him off and they brought Cuz on, I'm like, oh, bet we in here.
Well, hey Ron, could you do the same thing? I need
no,
Ron to
different. He going out. See, they respected Ron. He overdo his thing. So they like, we go out. Tomo's gonna be a different commander team. They listen, this might be EB last year here. Sam Howell. It's fair.
Well, the good thing for me is if it's EB last year, then that means he's gonna want to throw the ball 50 times. So Sam Howell be prepared.
Like, I don't think you've heard any of us say that the 49ers haven't lost to a bad team. We did have a 3-game losing streak. We lost to the Browns, who's a playoff team. We lost to the Vikings, who are technically still have an opportunity to make the playoffs.
If Kirk Cousins would never hurt.
Their starting quarterback is out for the rest of the year. So come on now.
Bills was gone for him.
And the Bengals, whose quarterback is also out for the rest of the year.
You know what, Dave? I did see something. Every time y'all beat somebody, the QB get hurt. I saw that.
Yep.
But except for Lamar good. But
that's because that's after they score 17 points. Lamar scored 19, so he escaped it. What they allowed?
Oh yeah.
They allowed him to score 19, so he escaped the injury.
Oh yeah, that's a conspiracy theory. That was funny. He did it on purpose.
He was like, let me go let them get that safety. Get 2 extra points.
The ref probably looked out for me and said, hey, man, go ahead, man. I got you.
No, it was a black dude, too. He was like, oh, no, not today.
Not my boy.
What you doing? You will thank me later.
You probably walked up to him after the game and said, "You still mad?"
I know, right?
Nah, man,
Hey,
they're
that's
a
funny.
different breed, man. But let's get on up out of here, y'all. That was a good episode.
Yes, sir. All right, my last word is this. Kings good dog yesterday. Sorry, Vaughn. You know, double OT. I was tired. I wanted to go to sleep, but Paulo was cooking. I ain't gonna lie. He was cooking. He was getting his buckets. Had 43. But shout out to the Kings. Commanders, man, you have the Cowboys. You have an opportunity to help the Eagles. Do we want to do that? I'm torn. I'm like, we beat the Cowboys, we go out on our shield, and we hurt their feelings, but we help the Eagles. So Giants, let's have a meeting this weekend. All right, we're gonna trade ideas. We need y'all to beat Philly so we can actually feel good trying to beat Dallas because we don't want to do Eagles no favors. All right, but even if we try, we might still lose most likely. So, but I just need EB to cook up. All right, cook up. I see teams trying to get you. I like that. If teams want you, maybe we'll keep you. But that was my last word. And shout out to everybody on the network. And shout out to y'all for holding it down too.
Appreciate that, man. Dave,
For me, I want to give, I want to say something about some college football. So we got some early 2024 college football Heisman Trophy odds. You want to hear the list? You want to know who leads it, Joe?
Quinn Ewers? Hold on,
Quinn
man.
Ewers.
I want you to come to the NFL though, but go ahead. Yeah.
Quinn Ewers. So the three is tied. It's three of them tied at the top. You got Quinn Ewers, Jalen Milroe, and Carson Beck.
My man getting that respect.
Then you got Dylan Gabriel, JJ McCarthy, Nico for I think that's Tennessee, or I could be wrong. Jackson Arnold, Connor Wagon, Garrett Nussmeyer, and Jackson Dart. Those are the players right now that are in the early Heisman odds.
Jackson Dart, that's Carl guy.
Yeah. Now, as far as everything else, again, bring out the brooms. Great job, Miami. Sweeping the Tennessee. Okay, I thought it was Tennessee. Thank you, Carl. So I was right. Okay, I know a little bit. I know a little bit of something. But we beat the Lakers without Jimmy, Caleb, or Hayward Highsmith. So it feels good to say that.
And Bam ain't play well, right? You said
Bam got strapped by AD. He got strapped. He couldn't do nothing. But yeah, no, I'm excited about continuing to watch this basketball season. I like how Tyler Hero has stepped up this year. He played very, very well. He's no longer scared to go up against good defenders, which is what I was, something that I had a big issue with. And he plays better defense now. So he's not a great defender, but his effort is a lot better. So I'm cool with that. So I'm excited about this basketball season. San Francisco, we resting week 18, but I would still like it that if we beat the Rams. I don't like them at all. So I would still. So Sam Darnold, I don't like the fact that I have to do this. Can you please go out there and win, please?
Didn't he throw a touchdown?
He did. He threw a touchdown against the Ravens. Yes. So.
Can you,
Well, we knew that.
Yeah, we seen that coming. But please, can you just go ahead and get the Rams out the way? Matt Stafford not playing. It's a couple other people that's not playing. So can we get this win, please? I don't want to say that we lost to the Rams. I mean, even though some of my players not playing, but still, I just want that to be over with. So let's go. I'm ready for this. I'm ready for this playoff run to see what happens. To Kev and AJ, be ready that if you come to San Francisco, or should I say Santa Clara, you're going home. I'm telling you this now.
They gotta go to one of y'all.
AJ, we already have a bet.
But it's funny.
Kev, I'm not here waiting on any bets. If you got a bet, throw it out there now. Don't come to me when the week of the game and try to throw a bet. You got your opportunity now. Because you might not make it there. So, throw the bet now, and let's see what happens.
I had to laugh because he said, if you come to San Francisco, you're going home. So, basically, why you leaving if you already know you're about to go home? That's a long flight from Philly to San Francisco. Like Dallas is right there. So,
Dallas lose and they beat y'all, they will be going home, right?
Oh,
Eagles. If Dallas lose in round 2 and the Eagles win against the 49ers, they will be going home for the NFC Championship game, right?
no. No. I see what you try to do there, but no.
Okay.
No. They not about to. It's not about to be one of those runs like last season where all the quarterbacks they supposed to play got hurt and then they it's just not happening.
Well, good thing for the Eagles that if the Cowboys win, that they'll be playing against the NFC South.
Yeah,
2 years in a row.
They've already proven that they can beat the Buccaneers to beat them 25-11 early in the year.
You could beat them with Brady. You could beat them with Baker, right?
But see, that was when the Eagles was running the ball. That's when they was using Swift. They won that game. But let me get out of here, man. Let me get out of here. It's too much Eagle slander on here. They live for this. But my last words go for, hey, Wizards. I seen a post come out and y'all said that y'all was trying to trade Kyle Kuzma for multiple first-round picks. I don't know who you gonna trade with to get multiple first-round picks for Kyle Kuzma. Maybe the Pistons, maybe the Spurs. I don't know. Because nobody's giving up multiple first-round picks for Kyle Kuzma. Maybe you might could steal one, but not multiple. The only good hope is me watching OKC and the Clippers be good because both of the new VP and the head of the GM came from those two places, and I seen what they did with those teams. But multiple, like the link, multiple, that's crazy. Dallas, man, just go out there. It's finally a moment where you have to. It's in your hands. They said we can't control our own destiny. Here it is. Go out there, beat the Commanders, get the 2 seed, and make things happen, man. After that, you finally get a game at home. You can make it work. The last time we was a 2 seed, the team came up there and they put hands on us. We ain't trying to do that again. All right, win this game. All right. And one more thing, I just want to say, man, rest in peace to my good friend Art. I got some news today that he passed away. Doing Refuse to Lose and having a friend like Art at that time it's fun because I get to go on here and talk sports, and I used to talk sports with him all the time. When I tell you, my man know everything, kind of like you guys as a community, like how we got multiple people in multiple chats. That was my go-to guy. When it came to college football, that was my go-to guy. Like right before the draft, he'll send me this long paragraph about why this guy needs to go first, like the stats, everything. And I'm like, hey, Art, I'm not a scout, man. But he would still send it. And the last thing he texted me is funny because we was talking about it. Lamar Jackson is his boy. He's from Louisville. He grew up there. He went to Louisville. He watched Lamar Jackson his whole career. When he got drafted to the Ravens, he said, my boy gonna win one. And the last thing he texted me was Lamar Jackson MVP in all caps. So Art, rest in peace, man. Lamar, he gonna get the MVP. Y'all gets no debate from me. Even though I want to say Dak's still up there, but y'all get no debate from me now. Oh yeah.
There it is. All right, man. That's all we have for y'all today. And we'll see y'all next episode.
Peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.